All good. I think let's make a start. Good afternoon, everyone. Look, thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're going to be presenting Microsoft Viva, an overview of that. And with that, let me first introduce the team that we have got. Let me just progress my slide. So today, I'll introduce myself. I'm Lohit Batra. I lead the modern workplace and security business for our corporate segment. With me, we've got Isaac, Harshil, Shannon, Cecilia. Isaac is a partner marketing advisor. Harshil, Shannon, and Cecilia are all modern workplace specialists, and they'll be presenting on the various topics within Microsoft Viva. I do want to say the session is being recorded today so that we can make it available for you to listen offline and for a lot of our customers that wanted to join but could not join today. So with that, let me make a start on the session. Hybrid work. So I think everyone agrees it's a trend that it's here to stay, and it's clear that there's no one going back to a pre-pandemic work style. But clearly, within the trend, there's some trends that we have extracted from our workplace report that we did recently. 73% of the employees wanted to say that they want the flexible workplace to stay. Look, from my personal perspective, I definitely am one of them. I would love the flexibility that the remote work provides. But at the same time, I'm dying back to go back to work as well and meet with my colleagues as well. One thing is for sure that the post-pandemic chapter, we have an opportunity to bring, I guess, the best of both worlds together in a way that creates a great employee experience. But it's going to take a whole organizational shift spanning physical environment and office spaces, culture and talent, as well as technology. We know that sense of belonging is really important to have at work. Employees who feel like they belong are happier to stay at their jobs longer. However, there are a few challenges that we have noticed as well. 60% of the people are saying that they feel less connected to the team after shifting to remote work. Burnout is a global problem. I sometimes get burns out having video meeting, one after the other. Towards the end of the day, I feel really exhausted, and that's a reality. So I'm not sure whether in your workplace you have had similar challenges. But for me, a couple of these challenges, burnout, disconnection, is absolutely really real. Now, one thing we know that is more than ever, people are the driving success for businesses. The stats and plenty of other research shows us that when we invest in our people and we focus on the employee experience, we can directly impact the engagement, retention, satisfaction, and ultimately the company's success. But the current environment where people are physically apart, more stressed, lacking connection, it can be really hard and for us to create a great employee experience. So that sort of leads me to this slide with regards to the employee experience platform. So let me start off with some research. Our research indicates that employees want to feel more connected, more aligned to the company purpose and mission. They want to grow and make an impact and make a difference. And they really want more work-life harmony. And that, for me, is actually really big, work-life harmony. Whereas leaders within the organization, they need a modern way to engage and develop the employees and nurture their well-being. And from an IT perspective, they need to be able to quickly enable this modern experience, but without having to rip and replace their current systems that may have in place. So an EXP, as we call it, Employee Experience Platform, really is a digital platform that puts people at the center and provides people with the resources and support they need to success and thrive, no matter where their location is. We'll move on to the next slide. So Microsoft Viva is an employee experience platform that really brings together the comms, insights, knowledge, and learning within the flow of everyday work and collaboration within Microsoft Teams. Viva provides an open and extensible platform with an ecosystem of partners and it works with many of your existing systems and tools. It leverages your existing investments. I can't stress that enough. By connecting them together and masking them and making them, available and more modern experience to your employees. The feedback that we receive from our customers is that they don't want to start from scratch, a completely new system, or rip apart the existing investments in ERP or HCM or learning management systems. Instead, what they want to do is extend the existing investments by better connecting them together and making them available in a more modern experience to the employees. So what we have done at Microsoft is taken a more platform and an ecosystem approach with Viva. With that, I'm going to hand off to Isaac, and he's going to be covering the Viva Connections module for you. Isaac, I'll give you control.
Cool. Thanks for that, Lohit, and just like to share on Viva Connections, so thanks for the introduction. Echoing earlier what Lohit has pertained to, a common question that's being asked during the pandemic is, how can we create the connectedness of in-person work while working remotely? That comes up. Microsoft Viva Connections is a new employee app in Teams that is the gateway to your employee experience with personalized news, communications, tasks, people, and resources. It provides a single curated destination that can be configured for specific roles like frontline workers and branded to match your company. So leaders such as yourselves can communicate and engage with their employees, and employees can get easy access to the tools and resources they need from one place. Connections builds on existing capabilities like Microsoft 365, Yammer, Stream, and SharePoint, pulling your communications together into a pre-configured app designed for both desktop and mobile workers. It also acts as a landing pad to the other 3 Viva modules, which my colleagues will talk about today. So let's take a closer look. If you had to take away 3 things from Viva Connections and its interactive experience for employees, the first would be a personalized feed that rolls up company news, information, and discussions so you can stay on top of the latest and greatest. The second would be a personalized dashboard. Makes it easy to get to company and role-specific tasks, actions, and curated tools and resources, including corporate portals and sites, communities, and video, as well as role-specific audience-targeted reference materials. Finally, that would be the resources space, which links to other employee experiences. Effective communications are essential to a healthy business, and I'm sure everyone can relate to hybrid or online working. There are so many different channels of information, and that can lead to overload and burnout and other kind of nefarious outcomes. So we've recalibrated how our apps work together to ensure nothing gets lost, and we're strengthening the relationships between individuals and teams to foster a virtuous cycle of dialogue, responsiveness, and innovation that all happens in a single lightweight experience that helps you explore news, target audiences, showcase important moments, and empowering everyone. The most successful companies are those that include and leverage the collective contributions of their employees. Viva Connections makes it easy for everyone to weigh in, add value, and share their unique perspective and expertise. In the feed, you can explore what's happening from across the organization. So, what does that mean? Well, it enables you to publish across popular applications to a single location, accessible to all employees, highlight critical information so everyone can see what they need to and stay productive and safe, reduce noise, strengthen relationships across organizational silos, and loop in experts and chase down answers. A rapidly changing workscape requires a culture that can evolve and shift with the times. Your communications team are key players in bringing those changes to life. The Connections app gives your comms team modern storytelling tools to broadcast your mission. And with new stories, so short videos that feature prominently in a carousel at the top of the feed, similar to LinkedIn or Instagram, you can infuse your workday with inspiring moments that keep the beat going and highlight campaigns and celebrate your values and company identity. But that's just one tool we have for communicators. We're also streamlining the publishing experience so that communications can save time and simplify campaigns by publishing to a single source. In Viva Connections, you can target news to groups, regions, or other attributes in your organization with audience targeting. scale up or down to the right audience, or share with the all company feed, similar to Yammer. You can give critical content a boost to help it stand out, schedule key messages, and understand reach and engagement. And my favorite feature includes the thickiness tab by raising items up in the feed with capabilities like always on top, pin until it reaches X number of impressions, or until red, making it easy to gather community feedback, take the temperature of the business, and spark discussion by engaging in community conversations. And Connections is built to engage everyone, including your essential staff and frontline workers who might not always be sitting at a desk or terminal. Our customers are looking for ways to improve transparency with the company and share critical information to the edges of the business. Connections delivers in a one-stop solution that connects co-workers across boundaries and gives them the chance to share their feedback, their experience, their ideas, and their perspectives with their company. One-size solutions are a thing of the past. Employees are unique and require bespoke solutions that relate to their specific jobs, while encouraging their initiative and creativity. We know that success is driven by a mix of experience, insights, and opportunity. So we've built the Connections app in a way that delivers a personalized experience to each and every employee. Company branding helps convey culture and puts your mission in motion. With Viva Connections, you can deliver a uniform and a unique experience simultaneously. So you can drive two-way dialogue and create leadership and culture through co-creation with employees and showcase company efforts that create a better experience for everyone. Using the dashboard, it's the company home for the employee. It helps everyone stay in the flow with prompts and nudges so employees can find and act on company tasks and roles specific items that relate to their job. So you can take it even further with no code and low code solutions that point to a particular URL using a live tile. You can also target who sees what so the right roles and geos see the right tools. But Connections just go beyond tasks and prompts. You can also store frequently accessed content. The Resources tab allows you to find key job-related items within reach, add global navigation to make wayfinding simple, collect your sites, communities, and videos so your most referenced and visited content stays close. I remember a joke Lohit made around the expensing tool and the travel tool and all these different tools that we have in silos and how you can kind of pull them all together into one app that's accessible via team. This all ladders up to drive engagement. Connections helps you understand and address issues facing employees by inviting open conversations and feedback so you can keep a pulse on what's happening. From there, you can easily share polls and surveys to gain insights about what's top of mind and build transparency and trust by bringing those insights to life. And finally, Connections is a turnkey solution that builds upon your existing infrastructure. So this means shorter time to value, no complex deployments or open-ended questions about infrastructure, build-outs, permissions, or security. Simply turn it on and watch as it pulls all your content from your Microsoft 365 apps your workforce is already using. Connections aggregates content from Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, Yammer, and Stream, combining it with information and insights from the Microsoft Graph, meaning a single app for your users, but in an experience that is unique to the things they care about. From there, you can tailor it as you wish to see fit for every role, department, or geographic need. It connects to Azure AD to leverage their Microsoft identity and tap into the established org structure. Build it out as needed with third-party integrations, including low-code and no-code solutions to keep your business-critical solutions at their fingertips. And all of this is backed by Microsoft Trust, providing world-class security and compliance that keeps your enterprise and your users secure. Now I'll hand it over to Viva Insights with Harshil Mistry, and I hope he's not muted like I was when I started mine.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Harshil, thanks for that Isaac, and I'll be talking to you about Viva Insights. As we are aware, now more than ever, the lines between work and life have been blurred. We are always on, always connected, making sense of incredible amounts of information while multiple tasks and deliverables demand our attention at any given time. As a result, employee burnouts have been at a troublesome decline, with 85% saying that well-being has been declined, whilst 56% saying that the demand of the job has increased. Research shows that the well-being of people are the most important aspects that help a company receive success. This is where Microsoft Viva Insights can help. So Microsoft Viva Insights applies intelligence to this data to help people, companies, and others understand how work gets done. It explains and understands and helps you predict impact of work patterns on the outcomes you care about, which is the well-being of your people. You are in control of your own data. Viva Insights sits within the ecosystem of Microsoft 365 services. Combining this information with organizational context and other relevant data, such as employee engagement scores, sales performance, or other business outcomes, it helps you understand the way your organization works. And it helps you replicate this across the whole organization as a whole. So Microsoft Viva Insights is split into 3 insights. Firstly, we will be looking at individual or personal insights, and this is only visible to the employee in itself. It helps you understand and reflect on how you work well and create those better work habits. This is what a dashboard would look like. As you can see, there are a curated set of guided headspace meditations here to help you relax your mind before a big meeting or keep you focused before a big important project. I have personally been utilizing this app quite a bit. It's helped me understand how well-being works and helps me kind of be in my own zone before anything or any big project or meeting, especially this one. I actually used a meditation before this one to kind of ease my mind before it. As we all are aware, working remotely, it's been pretty hard on scheduling those one-on-one meetings. Microsoft Viva Insights helps you stay connected. With a touch of a button, you can schedule one-on-ones with anyone in your team. It also helps you have those organic lunchtime conversations that I know we are all missing out on sitting at home. Another aspect of Viva Insights that I focus on a lot is the focus time. It helps me create uninterrupted times during my day before they fill up with meetings. It also helps me schedule in a virtual commute to mindfully wrap up my workday. Lastly, Viva Insights helps you create those boundaries. It helps you mute your notifications from Teams and Outlooks after hours so you can enjoy work and life with a separate aspect to it. So in summary, Viva Insights for Personal Insights is focusing on 5 key aspects. In the morning, you'll get an email helping you prepare for your day. It helps you stay connected with important people within your network. It helps you create and schedule in focus time, which helps you make sure that your days are uninterrupted and you can focus on things you need to focus on. It helps you mindfully wrap up with a virtual commute and helps you put in those times for a moment of mindfulness and helps you take care of your mental well-being. Next, Manager Insights. This helps you provide a much needed visibility into work patterns that can lead to burnout and stress. This is usually due to regular after hours work, meeting overload, or too little focus time. So managers are looking at how they can balance and find a medium between productivity and well-being. It makes it easier for managers to have those impacts and understanding those create those positive change that they can make. So productivity and well-being insights are often invaluable for managers who are often lifelines in times of disruption and change. Viva Insights provides visibility into work patterns that can lead to burnout, stress, such as after work hours, and also very little focus time. This is crucial not only for the overall engagement, but for providing clarity around prioritization, receiving regular feedback, and making progress towards your own goals. In this example, you can see that well over half the team has consistently been working after hours. Elevated levels of after-hour work can erode well-being, reduce productivity, and eventually lead to burnout. Microsoft Viva Insights helps you by using supporting research and best practices to help managers address these challenges head-on. In this case, ways to help your team make it easier to unplug at the end of the day and reduce after-hour impact on your teammates. It also helps you analyze meetings, and especially those longer meetings or those larger meetings. It helps you understand if they're actually collaborative and whether they can be streamlined. It helps you understand if teams are working in silos and whether they need more support in learning how to work more collaboratively. Overall, Manager Insights helps you foster healthy and successful teams. It helps you build out well-being plans with the team members and also creates a collaboration plan. Lastly, we'll be looking at Leader Insights. So Organizational Insights for business leaders provides a broad visibility across the org as a whole and helps leaders understand where to take steps to protect employee well-being and where a change in process can improve the experience for employees and the overall outcome for the whole organization. Just as Manager Insights provides visibility into after-hours work for teams, this insight enables leaders to visualize how the organization as a whole has been working after hours. We know that in addition to personal costs for each individual, it can translate into huge productivity losses over the organization as a whole. And when left unchecked, these employees may eventually burn out and leave the organization, which can cost the organization as a whole quite a lot of money. It also helps you provide a deep dive and understanding of how employees can free up capacity to tackle any task they need to tackle. Let's look at another example that can help leaders understand a couple of factors that are very important to engagement, especially a sense of feeling supported by your manager and also feeling empowered to do what you do well. It helps employees reach their goals. Best Practices provides tips to help cultivate autonomy, to help improve engagement, productivity, and job satisfaction. This is an example of a dashboard which looks at the behavioral insights about how people work to a sentiment data of how people feel, which enables you to more accurately identify where teams may be struggling, proactively adjusting work norms, and then measure the impact of those changes over time. The dashboard looks at the relationship of collaboration patterns and well-being, the ability to effectively prioritize work and feeling of connectedness. This is one example of several ready-to-use reports that help organizations hit the ground running when it comes to understanding the impact of work patterns on their people and their business. The Ways of Working assessment provides insight into the organizational collaboration patterns as a whole. It shows you how much time people are spending on emails, teams, and meetings, focusing on the quality of those hours and making sure that people are not bringing in after-hour work or have enough focus time and aren't burning out. These insights help you understand where and how to make changes. And importantly, you can measure the effectiveness and the impact of those changes over time. So in summary, the Leader Insights can be summed up in 3 key points. It helps you at a glance understand what is going on with your people within your organization. It helps you quickly generate insights about your business with ready-to-use reports, and also helps you customize the filters to help you create a report that is more valuable to your business as a whole. In summary, Viva Insights focuses on productivity and well-being. For individuals, they receive personal insights visible only to them to identify opportunities to change how they work so they can do their best work and change their work habits. For manager insights, it makes it easy for managers to understand the current team norms and take action to help their team strike a balance between productivity and well-being. Lastly, Organizational Insights for business leaders provides a broad visibility across the organization as a whole and understanding how those organizational norms are affecting your people and helps you create the best impact and best outcome for the organization as a whole. Thanks. I will now be passing it on to Shannon.
Thanks, Harshil. Hi everyone, I'm Shannon, and I'll walk you through the Viva topics module. So our research shows that, in general, in general, people spend about an hour a day or up to 7 weeks a year searching for or recreating information that's already there. These stats give me flashbacks to my fresh starter moments. The countless number of times I sat in meetings furiously taking down all the acronyms and jargons, all while trying to keep up to speed with the meeting content. And then I'd spend 10-20 minutes afterwards searching them up, or hassling my manager Lohit, like what's CRM, what's ERP, what's CPS, CSP, everything. I'd keep a note somewhere, only to struggle to find them again the next time I come across these terms. So employees today often have so many tasks we are working on simultaneously, which I'm sure you all can relate to. But the frequent context switching, for example, between emails, chats, and Word documents, all while searching for various content on your computer, it prevents us from getting on the roll with our work. So the question is, how do we get you the content and information you need without constant interruption? So here's how Viva Topics comes in. It builds on M365 and applies AI to identify the knowledge and experts from across your organization and categorizes them into shared topics. The AI not only organizes knowledge into topics, it also automatically creates topic pages for each topic. So these topic pages are edited and approved by experts and then kept updated by AI. It's like a Wikipedia for enterprise where AI does the first draft. And what's also powerful is that AI surfaces these topics as topic cards right within Teams, SharePoint, and Office. So if you hover over an acronym or project name, you can get an immersive view of the topic card that you can click on and get more details, which I'll show you in a second. So for example, for this message I got in Teams, I wonder what project SOAR is. All I need to do is hover over it, and it brings me up a topics card. On the top, there's a label that tells me it's a project, and underneath, here's an intro blurb that the AI automatically extracted from the relevant documents. Below that, I can also see the people who are managing this topic as the subject matter experts or topic masters, as well as the relevant resources. If I want to find out more about this topic, I can click on View More Details, and it brings me to the Topics page. So as you can see, it's an app embedded within Teams client. So for example, this section here is connected to Yammer. So you can see all the discussions that have already taken place on this topic. If you still have an unanswered question after scrolling through this, you can post one yourself. So once you post a question, the AI helps you notify the relevant subject matter experts, and they can come and help you out. Scrolling back up, if you click on Home, it brings you to a personalized view of your own topic center. So here are all the topics that are relevant to you, that matter to you. If you go into the Managing view, you can see topics that you are an admin for or you are a topic master for. Here you can view stats about these topics and manage, review, and approve content that has been filtered by AI. And of course, as part of the M365 family, Viva Topics has all the security, compliance, and privacy features as you'd expect. So people can only see topics and resources that they do have access to. And the Topic Center lets you harness all the knowledge from across the organization. The Viva delivers this knowledge into Outlook, SharePoint, and Teams, as mentioned, and everyone can contribute to the culture of knowledge sharing. With Viva Topics, you can connect people to knowledge, experts, and answers, all in the flow of our day-to-day work. And next, I'll hand over to Cecilia, who will go over Viva Learning with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Cecilia, and I'll be sharing Viva Learning. So let's start with some statistics. 79% of CEOs worldwide are really concerned about the lack of essential skills in their workforce. This is something that I've encountered not only with my conversations with partners, but also my customers. You know, we have a real tech shortage in New Zealand. And what's even more concerning is only about 1% of employees actually have their work week to focus on learning and upskilling. So the beauty of hybrid work is we find ourselves saving a lot of time, you know, getting ready in the morning and commuting. So all that extra time is time that we can dedicate to upskilling. The challenge with that I've experienced is that, you know, through back-to-back meetings, managing children and, you know, having barking dogs in every meeting, it's really hard to do that when you're stuck in meetings all day. And in a hybrid workplace, we need learning more than ever to be really engaging and seamlessly integrated into our natural flow of work. So before I go into a demo, I'd love to kind of talk about the main benefits of Viva Learning and what it can offer your organization. So firstly, employees can easily discover and share everything from training courses all the way to micro-learning content straight from their Teams client. You don't have to even leave your Teams client. This means that employees can easily discover informal and formal learning in their natural flow of work. So your employees can chat about learning and training, share content via chat, and pin curated resource collections. Secondly, employees now have all their content available in one place. So you don't have to bounce between different solution apps, web pages, internet sites, and whatever else you need to find your learning. It's all within Teams. And if you're anyone like me, I like to keep 20 different tabs open and I easily lose track of what I've made progress in. So you don't have to do that anymore. Viva Learning is also backed with amazing AI that recommends all the right content at the right time. And if you're a manager, you can also assign, track, and report on training within and across teams to drive a really strong culture of continuous learning. So let's have a look at what Viva Learning looks like. We start with a typical Teams conversation, and from here I can easily add a tab at the very top from a custom set of content that I can curate. By adding a tab, I can then click Viva Learning and name this tab. I can then find whatever content I want my team to see and post it to the channel. Here you can see all of the courses that I've just added. It even recommends things that I might like and gives a brief description about every course. Anyone on the team can access this. So let's quickly go to the Microsoft Admin Center. You can see there's multiple different learning sources, and that's the beauty of Viva Learning. It pulls in content from LinkedIn Learning, Microsoft Learn, custom internal content from your SharePoint, as well as content from third-party content providers and learning management systems. So places like Pluralsight is a good example. You can also add third-party content providers and custom content directly from your SharePoint. So if you don't like something that the AI has recommended you, you can add your own content. So going back to the Teams client, Viva Learning also includes a recommend function. I think this is awesome because anybody can navigate to a specific learning resource and click recommend at the very top here, as you can see. I can send this to someone I know, or I can even send it to a group that I'm part of. So here you can see the example they've provided is, someone that might be onboarding onto the company, and they might have some prerequisite learnings they have to complete. I can add a due date and click recommend. Here's the page that shows all the content that I've recommended, and I can also see the due date for each one of them and who has been recommended. I can then check the status, and as a manager, this is awesome because you can actually see who has completed the training, who's in progress, and who hasn't started. You can also send learning content straight from your Teams chat. This is a feature I know that I'll definitely be using with my team members. So using the pinned Teams icon down at the bottom here, I can search the catalog, go through content, and directly send that to someone. This is a really awesome scenario for people that might be new to the team, or if you just want to share something awesome that you just watched. So here you can see the homepage. Viva Learning doesn't just suggest traditional learning courses. It's also things like Word documents, PowerPoints, PDFs, everything that your colleagues have put together. And scrolling down shows content that's been recommended to you by people in the organization, as well as auto-generated AI-backed recommendations that are personalized. It's also really easy to find content that you recently viewed. And like I said, I like to keep all my content in various different tabs, so this is going to be a lifesaver. You can also bookmark content that you can go back to later and see content that's trending in your organization or content that your admin has chosen to make available from your organization SharePoint. Admins can also tailor availability based on roles or even permissions. And here I can see all my completed content and the content that's plugged in from LinkedIn Learning. So clicking into a learning course, you can actually see a lot more details such as description, length, the number of likes, and the date that's been published. And here is an example of a LinkedIn Learning course that is open directly from your Teams client. I can actually click through this course, play it right within the Teams interface without leaving, and this is an awesome function that we're working to build out with a lot of our third-party providers as well. You can do everything you normally would. It's basically how I view it, learning Netflix within your Teams. You can turn on closed captions, so there's a lot of accessibility features there. Fast forward, skip between different chapters, etc. And of course, you can always search through the content using Viva Learning. All of the features I talked about just now, it will be integrated with a seamless mobile experience. So you can access it for your frontline workers as well, enable them with informal and formal sources of learning. So I'd love to introduce you a case study where Unilever has really put Viva into action and enabled their frontline workers in the time of pandemic.
Unilever has 400 brands, much of which was in huge demand during the pandemic.
When the pandemic hit, we were concerned that employees were trying to manage their lives and their work at the same time.
All of a sudden, this very networked human organisation is learning what it's like to work at home, and that's really challenging.
Through the use of Microsoft Viva, we can understand what are the pressures within the organisation and for individuals.
Where we see bright spots in survey results, what is it we can see about those teams' behaviours so we can understand and really replicate that throughout the organisation?
The powerful thing we found with Microsoft Viva was to use it in conjunction with employee survey data. Something we ask as a standard question is about people's well-being. We noticed that women showed an increase in after-hours working.
Particularly if you think about people juggling childcare responsibilities, some people have seen longer working days. We did find that those that had a specific break-in time, turned off, switched off and did something else, they felt much happier about their well-being than those people who were always on.
Microsoft Viva Insights will tell you you've got quite a few meetings next week. Can I book some focus time for you? That it is as private as your mail inbox and it's for your personal use.
We worked with the Chief Learning Officer, trying to improve resilience, focus, work more on prioritisation.
We look at this data in an aggregated way. Giving yourself personal time back is absolutely critical. And our leaders really believe in this and take on this challenge. And I've seen this insight propagate down through the whole organisation. Taking the insight, turning it into action becomes really easy.
Awesome. Hopefully that was a great example for you to understand how Viva can be applied to your organisation. And I'll now hand back to Lohit, who will give the conclusion remarks.
Hey, thanks, Cecilia. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to the Microsoft team for presenting. We will be making this recording available to everyone after this. And if you are interested in having a deep dive session, please reach out to your account exec and they'll be able to organize a session for you. I thank you once again for joining. We conclude today's session. Thank you. Take care. Be safe.